Good evening. Well, no. Oh my goodness, what time is it? Good afternoon. I am on here because I have two sons that when they were little, ever since they were the age of 5 years old, they always played Army. And they had all these Army men and G.I. Joe men and they would play for hours and hours and hours. And people would ask us all the time, for Christmas presents, birthday presents, hey, what do the boys want? And they always wanted G.I. Joes and they always wanted Army men. And wherever we went, if they had different soldiers, they would want them. So like we had some that had German soldiers, we've had the Confederate soldiers and the Union soldiers and, all the different soldiers that they could get their hands on. We had them. And they would play for hours and hours and hours of war and Army. And then when they got older, all the neighborhood kids would come to our house and my sons would have a boot camp down in the basement and they would train, their soldiers for battle and for war. And sometimes it got a little bit too rough and there was a couple times that I had to put an end to the training that these neighborhood kids were going through. We would spend a lot of time at the Army depots where we would go and find Army gear and helmets and pretend grenades and things like that. Then when they got old enough, they would play airsoft in the woods with all their friends and things like that. That's all that I can remember. My son's playing was Army and was war. And at 17 years old, my sons went into the military. I signed them into the military because the military promised me some things. They didn't stay true to their promise because it's always about what the needs of the military. But my sons have been serving in the military since they were 17 years of age. One of them is now out, felt like he did his duty and he is out of the military. And the other one is still serving his country and he is serving his country well. I also have a son-in-law that is serving his country and I have a former son-in-law that is still serving his country. So we absolutely are a military family. We understand the cost. We understand the sacrifice that is made for our country. So when you think about today, think about the mothers that have given their children to the military and the military is serving you to protect